Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. But my time is evening because it is time to go home. So I'm still waiting for the driver of this vehicle here so that I can give him the key. I think he has gone for supper outside because there's leaf on the vehicle. So let me just wait a little bit for him. But as I wait for him, I can make a video. As I had said, I need to work on my channel because I need YouTube to at least I need to start earning on YouTube because that's the reason why I started the channel. So I want just to share with you a story back in 2000 flat. I went to a boarding school academy. It was academy. So I was taken to a boarding school, and the boarding school we had both the Tanzanians and Kenyans. But they am from Kenya, and the school was in Kenya. So you just know Tanzanians with Kiswahili. I didn't know any Kiswahili. I was in class 2 by then. I didn't know any Kiswahili at all. And I had some friends who I think, yeah, we were neighbors. We were neighbor back in the village, but you are in school, you can't talk vernacular in school. So I was just talking in gestures. I really survived. Yeah, that is history. I really survived, and I know those who are those who studied in Kenya or in these schools, yeah, I mean boarding schools, and you understand when you talk in vernacular or when you talk in English on a Kiswahili day, you know what to expect. You could get booked and you'll be given something called a disc. A disc, disc. It was cow's on. Nothing used to smell, my friend, and it was funny. It was funny. You could not survive that smell. So you are just to wait for somebody else. You time somebody when talking, then you give him. You want to give her. So I had so many terrible memories back in school because you have gone to school, you have gone to boarding school, and that is academy. You don't know Kiswahili, you don't know English. All you know is your language. And like you, I'm in class 2. So you don't know how to ask for things around. The only thing you know to ask, you give me water. You know how to ask for water. You know water, there's the simple ones. Now I went to school, at least I knew some English, but Kiswahili, I was plain in Kiswahili. And so I was really trying. There's a day I just took after evening classes, I just remain in class to study more Kiswahili so that I can be fluent in Kiswahili. Then it started raining, so people were running to the dormitories to sleep. But me, I remained, and I found myself alone in the house, in the classroom. Then that fear, people do tell you that you can see some funny things when you are alone, and that fear. So I ran to the dormitories to sleep, but I found they have locked the door. Now, asking them to open for me the door was the biggest problem of my life. So I started banging the door, shouting, Funga mlango, and funga mlango, that is a Swahili word. Funga mlango means close the door. So I'm banging the door, close the door. I'm being rained on. So, you know, whatever the action I'm doing and what I'm saying is opposite. So there's somebody who was sleeping next to the door and heard my voice, but whatever I'm saying is opposite of what I want to be done. That man came and saved me, but I was the laughing of the day. People laughed at me seriously, and that was my name, Funga Mlango. Yeah, that was my name. There was a time my English teacher told us, read in between the lines. The answer is in between the line. The answer is in between the paragraphs. So, and these stories. And I remember it was in class 2 and the story was the hyena and the hare. So there was, after reading those stories, there are questions after. Then there was this question that, was hyena greedy? I just remember, I already recalled that the teacher told us that the answer is in the paragraphs. So me, I just went and read the paragraph and saw where they picked that question, because there was a paragraph that was saying that greedy hyena go away. So me, I just extracted, I just took that, I just took that phrase and copied it as my answer. So imagine your script being read in front of the class. That was my another name, greedy hyena go away. Yeah, I learned so many things, and I went to school when I was really stupid. I didn't know so many things. I didn't know that switch, the electric switch for opening the, is it bulbs or the light? It was something dangerous. So me, we were told to clean because the switches were having so many mud. It was dirty. So me, I decided to wash it. I was electrocuted. Yani I was big. Yeah, that man made me to be so. Yani I looked so stupid enough. Aya, the next one, there's a Tanzanian guy who told me to go and remove something inside the switch. And inside the switch, there's something, there's electricity there. So it was broken. Me tried to remove it with a spoon. I learned my lesson. Yeah, I learned my lesson, and I learned it the other way. I learned it in a very hard way. So those things, at the end of the day, I became a very fluent Kiswahili speaker, and I even I was made even official. I became a dome captain until I left the school. So life is funny, and life has got many ups and downs, but we have to struggle. Like me, I went to school and had nothing. I didn't know Kiswahili. I didn't know any Kiswahili because there's no way you can survive without knowing Kiswahili in Kenya. Because of course there were days we were using Kiswahili, and the other days we were using English, so that you can balance, you know what, so that a student can be fluent in both languages. Anyway, this man is not coming. I don't know what to do, but I'm going. Let me just wait a little bit. And we left school. We came to Nairobi to hustle. Now, hustling in Nairobi is another story. For me to reach where I am, it's another story, my friend. After school, then there was another problem of now becoming a man. Now you are on your own. No, after school, you are on your own. You have to survive. I remember when I went for driving school, the practical days, there was no problem. But that day we went to we went on the road, and the teacher did not tell us wherever we were going to do on the road. The teacher just told us, let us go inside that vehicle so that we go and see how everything happens on the road. I didn't know that we are going to drive the vehicle. I did not know. But the teacher took one person to sit with him in front. The rest of us we were at back. So it was funny. Me, I was just seeing people going, coming. When it reached my time, imagine sitting on a steering, and it is not a small vehicle, it is a lorry, a very big one. I was really afraid. I was extremely afraid. And the road was, it was expressway, and not expressway, but it was a very busy road with trailers, all sorts of vehicles. So as I was doing my own thing, because the teacher also helps you, there was a trailer coming in front of me. Then the trailer hooted. I almost went out of the I almost went out of the road. If not the teacher is the one who helped me to control the vehicle. So I was really afraid. But right now, I'm a good driver. I'm a good driver, and everything is going as planned. So up and down, every ups and downs in life, that is your own history you're making. can remember when my father retired and was going home. So me, I decided to remain back because I needed to hustle. I needed to hustle too so that I can also take care of myself. Though my father refused and wanted me to go with him, but I did not. So I decided to go buy some second-hand clothes so that I can sell. It was just difficult, very difficult. I ended up even using the same clothes. The rest I sold. Some I even gave to my brothers because business was too hard for me. And I left. I went for to work in industrial area. I was employed in a printing company, that is printing factory. They print books, they print mm, exams. Yeah, they print books for schools and even test books. The work was good and the job was okay. It was very nice job and well paying. But I was not permanently employed. So there was somebody called Nyakundi. Nyakundi could replace me anytime he comes because he was not. He was a Nyakundi was a marketer, and Nyakundi really hated me. Nyakundi could replace me even with a woman, and the rest is history. I could be called come to work, then reaching halfway, almost reaching at the job place, I could get the second call. I could get the second call telling me that there's no job, but there's job there. And it was Nyakundi who could call me to tell me that there's no job. So I survived like that until I decided to go and leave that job. I went to selling of sweets and the drugs, not the drugs that are hard drugs, but the medicines in chemistries and the shops. In Kenya, you can get the painkillers in normal shops because there's no need of doctor's description. So we just went like that. I remember the first month, I sold the entire month, and my salary could not even pay for my rent. My own salary could not even pay for my rent. My rent was 35 3,500, and I got a salary of 3,000 flat. I just laughed. I really laughed. I just laughed myself. And that job was not easy job because it was a commission job. It was not easy. You could walk, my friend. You could walk everywhere. Those who know Nairobi could walk everywhere. You could go to at Mulolongo, go to all residential areas selling those things, but we are making money for those people. Sometimes we could be dragged, you fell asleep, you get robbed, everything. Sometimes you could be just somebody from behind just attack you and take everything from you, and I don't know you. If you lose those things, when you go back, those things they calculate everything and it is placed as a debt. So it is hard, it is very hard, it is very hard. It was very hard. So I just prayed for God to help me, and God came through. God came through. Yeah, God came through, and somehow a lady whom we were working with at the printing facility called me that there's a chance somewhere and they want men, and that's how I ended up in a chemical industry, not chemical industry, but a detergent facility or farm, a detergent farm. They make soaps, both liquid and and powder form. So they make them, and it was a good farm. I enjoyed and enjoyed. I was paid 12,000 for how many years, but that was history. I complained, but they threatened to fire me, so I stopped complaining. But Nairobi is very cold. I'm really feeling too much cold. Let me button up so that we continue. Yes, I think now it is okay. Very good. At least the cold is no more. So they threatened me to fire me, so I kept quiet because I knew there's no, I don't have any other job. So I worked and continued. I continued the way they wanted me to do. The day came, and I learned everything there. Then the rest is history. I became supervisor there. Then everything started to be just wrong. Everything. There are some funny things that happened. I decided to have my own peace and quitted the job. And I came here, wherever I am right now. I joined logistics. As you can see, the vehicle behind me. The vehicle behind me belongs to Burundi. So we transport things from Kenya to Burundi, Rwanda, Tanzania, the neighboring countries, even Congo. As long as you have something to take it there, we'll deliver it. As you can see, this is a Burundi number plate. That is number plate for Burundi. So that is my journey, and how I ended up here. But wherever I am, I'm very peaceful, and I really enjoy my work. There are no dramas, there are no so many problems. You just do your work and go home. So it is becoming dark, and these people are not here. As you can see, because everybody is leaving. Hmm? Everybody is leaving, and I'm still here. I think it is even 7. Yeah, it's few minutes to 7. Like 6 minutes to 7. And I'm still here. These people are not here already. These people are not yet here. I don't know what to do, because if I go with this key, they will not access their vehicle. I don't know what to do. Should I leave the vehicle open? I don't understand. I don't know where they have gone to. I also don't have their contact. It's only I don't have their contact. And by the way, I forgot to get their contact. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Anyway, thank you and thanks for watching. May God bless you abundantly and may you never lack. And my only request, please always support the young and upcoming YouTubers because they also need to be where others are. That is my humble request, please. Bye and may God bless you.